All right. Good morning. Today is 11:20 here in the US, Eastern Standard Time, 7 a.m. My name is Brian. I'm a US based trader, and what I'm doing right now is a market recap. So, we're gonna look at market movement. What did the markets do? Bakit nila ginawa yun? Um, Technical analysis only. Fundamentals, I'm not really keen on fundamentals. News based, we can look at that as far as what happened last week. Pero I'm more interested at what's gonna happen this week. So we're gonna look at news, kung ano yung tinitignan natin as far as what's expected. Okay, Monday there's nothing really happening. I'm more aware sa mga red folders. So sa red folders and orange folders, yan yung mga news or reports that's incoming that's gonna create volatility. This week, by the way, is a holiday week considered for traders sa US, definitely, because of Thanksgiving. So it's what's expected: lower volume, meaning lower liquidity, meaning mas mahirap ma-fill ang mga orders. So prone sa slippage, prone sa gaps ang markets this week. Just because mas konti ang expected na magpa-participate sa trading. It doesn't mean that we can't trade. Just there are days na hindi mo gusto yung mag-trade, lalo na ng um, holiday, which is Thanksgiving. So Thursday, I believe, and Friday, there's gonna be an earlier market close para sa ibang assets. It's not gonna affect yung crypto. I don't believe nag-close ang crypto like Bitcoin Perpetual Futures and Ethereum Perpetual Futures. Just be aware of na less ang magpa-participate sa markets. Okay? So, disclaimer, this is all um, ideas, no financial advice. If you're liking the idea and you're gonna take the trade, that's a responsibility as a trader. It's not something na control namin. We don't click the buttons for the trader, and we don't use the trader's money as our trade uh, account. So just be responsible sa trading. Don't over leverage. Uh, don't over leverage. Don't over risk. So let's get on with it. This week or the past week, nagkaroon ng break sa support ang Bitcoin and Ethereum and BNB from a range na sobrang tagal nilang hinold. So this was a range na hindi nila ma-break and they broke down. So what does that mean for traders technical wise? It's more favorable to short the markets na nakikita nyo ganyan. It doesn't mean that all markets are just there to be short positioned for. Kailangan nyo makita kung nasaan ang next play. Bitcoin has weakness. Okay? If I'm looking at Bitcoin in a weekly time frame, ang tinitignan ko ng price ngayon is below 12,500. I'm not looking at it at a daily time frame because magiging choppy siya. It's gonna be so choppy on this area right here for me to look at it. Although it's already being caught by 15,000. Let's see, lowest is 15,462. So around 15.5 area, it's trying to hold. Okay, pero last week was this was the week of November 7. Okay, this big red candle. It's not even it last week, November 14, hindi man lang umabot sa half. And from this point, I'm seeing 17,917 as already a resistance point for imbalance. So where's our support? It's still around 12,500 until I'm proven wrong. Right now, nearest resistance is this area right here. Daily time frame, this is the nearest resistance. That's the first area that rejected all the buying, the attempted reversal ng market. Okay, for Bitcoin. So what's expected? I'm expecting a range bound play from this area to this area with a bias in a drop of the market. So long term, what I want to see for my trading purpose is for Bitcoin to actually delete one of the two areas, and then I'm more interested in buying or selling. For now, I'm more interested in shorting Bitcoin, pero I need areas to be broken. If you're shorting now, we're kind of late. This area would have been the best shorting area at this with all this movement. Okay, with all this movement. If I'm looking at the 2-hour time frame area where I'm comfortable holding, this area would have been the best area. Now, in a choppy market, and again, we're on a range, this range right here, it could go up and down inside this range. No questions asked. It's just gonna chop around. So we have to wait for price action. For me, that's my goal. If you're a breakout trader, then you can look at it at a lower time frame. That's fine as well. Pero just be aware kung nasaan yung range. Bitcoin is in a range of 17,188 and 15,805.5. If you're being caught in the wrong side of a trade, meaning you're shorting this market from this bottom area, you're shorting this market from this bottom area. If you're in doubt, look out, meaning zoom out. Look na in a higher time frame area. That's and makikita nyo kung nasaan tayo. Right now, we're in the middle of the range. Nothing to do in the middle of a range. What you want to do in a range trading scenario is short above. So nasa taas, you're gonna short there. Find the reason, find the idea to short here. Kapag wala kayong makitang idea, it's not clear for you, don't do it. And then buy low. So this area right here is so interesting because this is the area that stopped the drop. So we have a possibility there. Next is Ethereum. Ethereum is the one that's showing more weakness, unfortunately. Pero again, hindi pa rin nagbabago yung consensus for myself with Ethereum. Ethereum has the higher possibility of actually breaking out of this range and creating a new high above 2030. Okay, the reason behind that is this trend right here. If this trend breaks, then we're gonna look into what happened. What's the next trend? Is it continued downtrend or is it just sideways? At that time, that's the only time that I would look into the next move. Pero right now, I'm looking into these areas as resistances and support. Nearest resistance, the same with Bitcoin, is right here. Okay, the moment this area breaks, that's the time that I'm gonna be more comfortable with buying. At this time that we're in a test area for the trend, it's okay to buy, pero again, there's a drag in the market, so it's trying to just drop the market. What it's looking like. So if you look at this is the story of the candle. It dropped, right? It dropped, and usually it's gonna say, okay, buy the dip. Ito yung mga buy the dip. What did they fail to do? They failed to close out this candle. So there's no balance. Right? There's no real balance. They failed to close out this candle, number one, meaning there's more strength of selling dito sa area na to. That's the daily look. And that now it's falling and falling and falling until it reaches a point where it can reverse again. So area of reversal is interesting for Ethereum. This area right here in a high time frame is the area of reversal. I would not take that in an awaiting order, meaning a limit order. I would take that as a stop order. So the moment na mag-break in ang price dito below, what's this price? 1132, then I'm gonna start thinking to buy if I see signs of reversal. Pero if it just wicks me out and drops it like a falling knife, I'm not really happy on catching that. I would like I prefer to trade with the trend. Okay, BNB. BNB is interesting. Okay, BNB is interesting because it's a daily time frame. This right here is where it starts to drop, and that right there is the resistance to break. 298.17. That's the first area of resistance. The reason behind that is lahat ng buying nito, all of this buying right here, that wick, just that wick, it's all buying. And they broke it. So it started here sa 298.17. It tried to actually reverse this drop, but it did break. So that's the first reason kung bakit nung umabot yan yung price sa area na yan, it again got rejected. I'm looking at weakness for BNB. BNB has the easiest or the nearest term possible break of this reversal area right here. Okay? I've been waiting for price to actually reach down here below 250. Yet in a daily time frame look, that's the area that I'm more interested in buying BNB. The reason behind that is BNB failed to actually hold up its uptrend. Okay? It tried to hold its uptrend, and good for BNB that it broke the previous resistance. But ngayon, there's really some choppiness for BNB that it's trying to break this. It already broke it with a wick. That's why I'm saying na hindi niya na-hold yung uptrend na yan. And the resistance that I'm talking about is from one of the sessions. I'll go in a weekly time frame. This area right here. It's the same area as this area. So I mentioned on a previous session that this is where we're gonna see some resistances for BNB. And excuse me. If you look at that, inabot niya yung area na yan and then it got rejected. Sobrang tagal ng consolidation na nangyari sa markets. There's a lot of areas that have loaded orders, meaning a lot of areas na naghihintay ang mga banks and institutions and whales to take for traders to actually take their orders. So they're looking for our targets, our stop losses, the opposition kung nasaan yung mga orders ng mga buyers and sellers. So dito sa scenario na to, they found all the buy orders and they dropped it. So they have more orders than retail traders or the breakout trader na gumawa na to. Now, I'm gonna go into currencies. And then I'm gonna go into stock. So here, oh wow, that's nice. This was the triggered trap. So EURUSD. Let's take a look first at the currency, the US dollar index. So I've mentioned to someone who, actually it's not just someone, it's a lot of people, about the dollar index. So the dollar has had a problem na sinasabi nila it's inflated. It is. Okay, it's too strong, walang correction na nangyayari after pandemic. They keep on saying the dollar is strong, the dollar is strong. It needed a drop, so now it's dropping. I'm still looking at the dollar to reach below 103.250 for the dollar index. Meaning anything against the dollar right now is gonna be on an uptrend, on an upswing. So Euro USD daily time frame. Here we go. Uptrend. It got confirmed. It deleted a resistance na tinitignan ko previously, which is this. So this downtrend was deleted, and now it has an uptrend. I mentioned on a previous session that this is a trap. Okay, and it looks like that trap is holding on a daily time frame. What does this mean for us? It means a better opportunity to buy at a lower price. Ang tinitignan ko ngayon na price is this, below 1.00938. Okay? This area right here is interesting for me. So around this 1.0 flat area. So 1.00000. Um, it's interesting for me because I love whole number entries. So ang mangyayari dyan is most likely they're gonna defend that area. Buyers will defend that area after being able to break out of that. So buy orders will try and defend that area. Now it's just a matter of time if it drops. Okay, I'm not saying 100% it's gonna do that, pero that's the idea. You have to have an idea of an entry. You can't just rely on 1 minute time frame, 2 minute, 5 minute, 15. You have to have a bigger picture of what's happening in the market. Otherwise, you're gonna be confused every time that the market is moving. Okay, in a day na puro mali yung idea na nakukuha, puro mali yung idea na ginagawa natin, we have to be able to look at where are we gonna look. Higher time frame will give you better guidance. Okay? Ito yung range ngayon for Euro USD. I'm looking for a breakdown below. I can start shorting it at that point. Pero if it holds this price 1.02716, that just means magiging choppy ang market. It's gonna trade up and down this range until one of the two price points break. We'll go into lower time frame scenarios. This looks like free space para sa akin. There's a lot of buying, strength in buying over and over again. This is all the red candles is most likely just a reaction. Although this looks nice, I still prefer below the area, the 1.0 area. So, USDJPY. For USDJPY, it did break this area. So USDJPY, I've been asking, or I've had a collaboration with a couple of traders about this. USDJPY has an uptrend. Let's go in the weekly time frame. Okay, this is the weekly time frame uptrend for USDJPY. And at some point in time, I mentioned to our members after reviewing all of this that USDJPY above 139.394 is just expensive, meaning it has an opportunity to drop. And in a daily look, this was the first area for buying. At this time, that's holding. See that wick? It wicked out and it kept on again going up. The reason behind that is this second buying area. Pero at the end of the day, those two areas are loaded with buying. Kaya all of this drop, it's trying to stop it. Let's go in a lower time frame. Ano ba ibig sabihin nito? What does this mean as far as trend goes? I would say that if it drops inside this area, there's a possibility of a bounce plus a possibility of creating new highs for USDJPY, meaning magiging mas mahina naman ang Japan yen against the dollar. Pero now that USD is trying to create a correction, it's nice to see that it dropped in the area. For a healthy uptrend, this would go up again. Lower time frame areas. resistance. Again, this is the resistance. So that's the resistance to break. I'm interested in shorting it here, up here. Below here, possible. Pero right now, I'll hold off on this. Because there's 3 areas for shorting this. This first area, second area, and third area. For buying this, I'll go into a 4-hour time frame. I'm interested here. This one move started from here. This one move that deleted all of this. So I'm interested in that. 133494, 132952. That's the entry to stop. Now GBPUSD. GBPUSD is on an uptrend. Again, trigger the trap. This trap area. Hindi na markets being nagkakaroon ng fluctuation up and down. It's not a secret. The reason behind that is all about price movement. It's all about where the buyers and sellers are having the same idea. So if there's more buyers, aangat ang market. If there's more sellers, magdadrop ang market. It's the supply and demand concept. Ang kinagandahan lang sa trading is wala kang kailangan na tangible product. Ang masakit sa trading, na sinasabi nilang risky ang trading, it's because instead of the time that you spend, so if we correlate trading into the real life scenarios, the time spent working is the trade-off, kaya babayaran tayo. And that's more secure, that's more stable. Kasi sa trading, you have an idea and it could play out in an hour or 2 hours, and then you get an equivalence of what you work for in a day, in a week, or in a month. Okay, but you're gonna risk money. So instead of trading off your time, you're trading off money. USD GBP. Okay, I'm more interested in buying USD GBP on a lower area, which is inside this sweet spot 1.16457, 1.11468, meaning inside the trend test. This area right here is nice with the strength. So 2 areas. This area, first area, is 1.13286 and then 1.12811. Okay, that's 1 hour time frame. So 2 hour time frame, that's a lot more attractive. Okay, the 2 hour time frame, that those 2 areas are more attractive. Nothing above. If you're looking into trading this above, I would say I would like to see it break this first. Okay, if it breaks above this and closes above it, then I would say that there's a better opportunity to buy at higher prices. Masaya sa Forex, it's leveraged. Okay, all the products that I talk about are leveraged, except stock. Okay, we're gonna go into stock. Watch list. Okay, so we're looking at the US stocks index, Dow Jones. If you're not familiar with this, it's a basket of stocks. So it's an investment or mutual fund, and what they do is they have a basket of stocks. If those stocks go up, Dow Jones go up. So mas madaling tignan to. We're looking at multiple stocks and analysis in one stock. So Dow Jones is going up and up. Needs to break this pivot high, 343.09. And this is quite crazy. Okay? Kasi ang taas na ng inangat ng Dow Jones. What is so close in this area? There's a big drop right here. In this area combined, there's a big drop that can happen dito sa area na to. Pero what is so close that the market is gonna get excited? New high, all-time high. from this area to this area, that's the all-time high, 369.50. So the market is going to get so excited. Bakit? We've been talking about the bear cycle. We've been talking about a bear run. So ang sasabi nila, the uptrend is broken. Excuse me, you're not looking further back. Weekly time frame. Okay, weekly time frame. This right here is a test of an uptrend. So this right here, this whole segment in a weekly time frame, in a monthly time frame, is actually an uptrend segment. If you don't believe me, you can trace it back. Okay? You can trace it back and I'll show you in a monthly time frame that this is an uptrend segment. See this? That's the uptrend that was tested. Dow Jones went down here to test this uptrend. That's the pandemic drop. Okay, March 20. Why did it stop there? It could have continued on dropping and dropping, but it did not. So trend-wise, what's next? It could make new highs. Unfortunately, the second idea is true. It could keep on dropping inside this area as long as this price point holds in a monthly time frame, 182.10. We're still in a range bound with an uptrend idea, but it's trying to reverse it already. So to be determined what it's gonna do, I'm more interested now for Dow Jones to be a buyer of the stocks inside Dow Jones. Kailangan nyo na makita yung list. Google. Okay, Google nyo. There's a lot of it. Buying area, I would say 308. First support is right here. Okay, the first support is right here, but I'm not comfortable enough to take this support area unless it breaks above 343.09. Next is Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq is the same as Dow Jones. It's more tech heavy. So kung interested kayo sa tech stocks, look at the Nasdaq for more of a reference, what it's doing. Nasdaq has the weakness, but it's the same. Hindi pa tapos ang bull run ng Nasdaq. Unfortunately, in a monthly time frame, this is where I'm seeing it could possibly drop to 37.14. If you want to see yung actual numbers na nire-report online like Nasdaq with the 11,000 and stuff, I'll show you that in a bit. That's the futures market for the US. So it could still drop, and it's really not showing us the strength that Dow Jones has. For me, it's hitting this resistance right here. It's good that it's trying to break some pivotal highs. Near-term pivotal high na na-break niya, meaning it's trying to do an uptrend. Okay? It tested the now uptrend. May gap tayo dito. This gap right here could be filled and it could potentially drop the market again. Again, Nasdaq has the weakness. If you're looking to buy stocks, you can buy stocks for the tech industry, pero know that you're probably gonna average down. Oh, excuse me. Seasonal allergies. So averaging down means you bought high and then you're gonna buy low. Okay, you're gonna buy again low. You're not gonna exit out. So stock market, if you're a US-based trader, stock market taxes is a pain. Okay, it's not your friend. Kasi because of capital gains. Oh, sorry, hindi ko pala na-share to. Because of capital gains. So if we're looking at capital gains, mas masakit ang kailangan bayaran if you're buying stocks and then selling it within the year. So what we're looking at in stocks is more of a long term. Here's the beautiful part of these indices. Number one, it pays dividends. Dividends, ibig sabihin lang yan, if you're owning a stock if you own DIA stock, every quarter, okay, every quarter, oh, what is this, monthly? Okay, DIA pays monthly dividends. That's nice. So every month for DIA, you're gonna get paid. Last time they paid 0.681, okay, per share that they're holding, meaning it's incentive. Okay, the same with Nasdaq. Nasdaq is quarterly. Okay, last time they paid on October 0.519. So again, Nasdaq, I'm more interested in looking for it to start breaking more resistances instead of just buying. There's a gap here, so that I could buy if it drops here, okay? But I would prefer if it can break this area first, and then I'm gonna get more comfortable in buying, okay? It's gonna confirm another uptrend segment, and I'm more interested in that. SPY is S&P 500. This again has a gap. Gaps usually fill, and gaps usually mean there's an intense imbalance. Kaya nung nag-open yung market, 24 hours, stocks are being traded 24 hours. They do close depending on wherever session. Like the US market closes at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, extended hours up to 6 p.m. and then opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, extended hours from 9. So S&P 500 is quite the same as Nasdaq. Although what's interesting is it already is confirming multiple uptrends. So sa lower time frame, this is an uptrend for S&P 500. It's confirmed it once, twice, and deleted this section of selling. So there's strength in buying for S&P 500. I'm more comfortable in buying S&P 500 than Nasdaq at this time. Ang attractive lang sa akin for Nasdaq is that it has a lower price. For the time na ang ginagawa ko is to accumulate and accumulate and accumulate. I'm not buying in bulk. I'm not a millionaire. I'm just a normal person at this time. I'm building my portfolio. If you're not interested in doing that, that's fine. If you're just interested in day trading, that's fine. Let's work on that together. Let's see. Actually, that's all I'm gonna go into. Let's see. Apple right now the price is $151 per share. Okay, hitting its resistance. Oh, it hit a buy area sa Apple. That's nice. Okay. If you're looking to buy Apple, this is a very stable product. Ang hindi ko lang gusto sa kanila is they're so low on the dividends. People are saying buy Apple for the dividends. 23 cents per $150. I'm more interested in buying 3M or IBM if we're talking about dividends. Amazon, okay, hit a buy area, hit a sell area, so it's dropping again. Price is $94 right now. If you're interested in buying Amazon, now is not a bad time to buy. Again, it's a tech stock. So it's possible that it keeps on dropping. Pero as I mentioned, in a bear cycle, what you're thinking of is trying to find the bottom. So you buy and then accumulate, buy again, and then buy again. Here's the beautiful part about these companies. They are too big to fail. Okay? Amazon is definitely too big to fail. Meta. Nice. Meta did the break of resistance right here. This resistance. So next idea for Meta. Okay to buy below $100. If it breaks up above this, I'm okay buying higher. Netflix. Netflix is trying to fill this gap. So I'm looking into Netflix. If it goes and touches 331.62, there's definitely going to be some selling pressure that Netflix has to get over. If it not, if it fails to get over that, it has a possibility of dropping further. Netflix kailangan I'm actually not happy with Netflix kasi they're adding more and more weird crap on their platform, like yung serial killer stuff. I'm sorry if you're pro that, pero I'm not happy that they're showing ideas of how things worked before that could possibly be done again. So I'm not happy about that. I like my principles. I love my principles. So again, I'm not against yours. I'm just saying that's mine. Tesla. Tesla has a downtrend. Okay? Um, tagal ko nang tinitingnan tong Tesla. I'm waiting for Tesla below 160. I've been waiting. It's been so long. Okay? These two are failed ideas of buying. Is it really 100% of a failure? No. See this pop? When it dropped in, it popped up. So unfortunately, the downtrend is holding. So if I'm gonna update Tesla, Tesla stock, um, I'm really more interested in buying Tesla around this area, 150, below 160 for a position, and let it just go. Okay, let it ride. What's the best part about this Tesla stock? Number one, you know that Elon Musk is one of considered as one of the geniuses. Okay, and Tesla is one of his babies. SpaceX, now Twitter. We can look at Twitter in a bit, but the good part about Tesla is it has proven to be a good investment before. Why is it going to be different this time? They already established their cars. Maraming competition, sure, maraming competition. Pero for me, it's still a good buy. But value buy, I would like for it to go below 160. So 150 is the mark that I'm looking at. At that point, I'm gonna say I hope that it breaks the downtrend. Pero at this time that there's a downtrend, just be aware of the resistances. There's a way to position your money and not lose capital once it bounces. Okay? It's called moving stop losses. Okay? Sa lahat ng mga ideas, you should have an entry point and an exit strategy. So it's either gonna hit your target or you're gonna get stopped out. Ganun sa trading. If you get stopped out, there's a way for you to have been stopped out without losing money and possibly in profit. It's called moving your stop loss. Platform-wise, you need to be able to know how to execute that. Maraming platform. There's a lot of platforms that you can use in trading. Pero at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and end this session. Be on the lookout for new recordings. I get questions a lot on where to start. Okay, so I'll most likely just create a video for reference. Pero where to start as far as trading? Number one, learn terminologies for trading like liquidity, volume, order entries like stop market or limit orders, and then the stop losses, and then targets. Number two is to pick a broker. Okay, you need to be able to pick a broker, not just any discount broker. Okay, some discount brokers are nice, like walang minimum to deposit and all that stuff. That's fine. Pero you have to know if they're trusted. There's a lot of brokers that actually go bust. The one scenario is what FTX, where it's a broker and a platform. The bad part about that is they touched investors' money. And then choose a platform. Itong pinapakita ko ngayon, it's TradingView. It's free to use. It's web-based. It can be a platform. You just have to connect a broker. Okay? So these brokers are nice. Interactive brokers, definitely. It's one that there's some items na nangyari sa kanila, especially when the oil dropped. Pero they're still nice. Okay, Oanda is one that you can connect. Ito, may platform din sila, pero you can connect it to TradingView. Oh, I'm sorry. Futures market, Nasdaq 11,700. These are the points for the futures market for Nasdaq, S&P 500. So NQ1 is Nasdaq 11,708. Right now, that's the level that is equivalent dun sa QQQ. S&P 500 is at 3974. Again, there's no difference in the scenarios. Dow Jones and then the Russell. Russell is weird para sa akin to trade this. It's small caps. So just be aware sa small caps. That's why I didn't show this sa stock side. I'm more interested in blue chip stocks. That's Nasdaq, S&P 500, and Dow Jones. Nasdaq is the same scenario. It has the weaker side. S&P 500 is starting to show strength. Dow Jones definitely has shown strength. We'll look at gold. Gold has a downtrend that it has not and is not looking like it wants to confirm. Okay, it broke down below, pero it just wicked. Am I interested in shorting gold? No, not at the moment. This right here is showing me na at this point exhausted ng sellers. So I'm more interested in actually buying gold. It just needs to drop below. So for me, on a daily time frame, 1688.8. Sa mga forex traders that trade with gold as a pair, this is something. Excuse me. Crude oil. I want crude oil back sa mga $40 kasi that's less price sa gas. So this is crude oil. The rest are currencies. The rest are crypto as far as my watch list go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this session. Thank you very much. If you like this, do subscribe to the channel. I'm working on it, and I'm hoping that we can work on it together. All right, green trades.